Okay guys, so let's talk about day 2. We're going to talk about the asymptotes that I said we didn't need to know about yesterday because we were getting the basic idea of graphing. Today we're going to use them. So I have this nice little formula. Y is equal to plus minus, because we're going to have some lines in here, b over a x. And that's just going to be some basic lines. So this way, that's why it's going to end up crossing at some point in time. These asymptotes are what create the shape. So remember when I said, hey, don't worry about necessarily shape, just let's work on where it's going to be located at. Today we're going to take a look at actually graphing the asymptotes to make sure we don't go past those lines. So let's take a look at this first example. I have x squared over 9 and y squared over 4. So what is my a? Where's it at? Where's my vertex? Good. Plus or minus 3, 0. Because again, it's with the x, and I take the square root of it. We know our b is 2. It's not what I wanted to write that. So glad that my pen followed my finger. B is equal to 2. So that equation that we just wrote, y is equal to b over a. So I have 2 over 3 x. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by graphing our asymptote. We are, in this case, centered at 0, 0. I don't have x plus or y minus or any of that good stuff. So from that 0, 0 line, I'm going to go ahead and create a asymptote that is dotted. So I'm going to go up 2. It's right 3. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to go down 2 to the left 3. And that is going to create, and I have a really hard time with drawing straight lines on my computer, it just does not work out too well. So I'm going to go ahead and do these this way. We're going to go through those 2 points. So that's one of my asymptote lines. So all I did was connect my 2 points. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the opposite. So I'm going to go down 2 to the right 3 and up 2 to the left 3. And I'm going to create another line based on those 2 points. And again, I'm not good at drawing the lines on my computer, so I do them the easy way. So we're going to go ahead and create our hyperbolas now. So we know we're on the x, so I'm going to put a dot at 3, 0, a dot at negative 3, 0. And we're going to go ahead and draw our parabola part because it can't go past those lines. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. In this next one, are we up and down or left and right? Good, my vertex is going to be up and down. So we're going to be 0, comma, plus minus 4. My b is 2. My y is equal to is going to be 2 over 4, which can reduce down to 1 over 2. So again, we're going to start by graphing our line. So I go up 1 to the right 2, down 1 to the left 2. Connect that line. I don't even know if that was going to make me a line. I tried. And I'm going to go back and do down 1 to the right 2 and up 1 to the left 2. Connect my dots. Okay, my vertice is at 0, 4 and 0, negative 4. And that's what helps me to create the curve, my parabola. Okay, now that we've looked at a couple basic ones, let's talk about what happens when it's not centered at 0, 0. So just like we're used to seeing with our circles, our vertex will be located at HK. And they're going to be opposite signs. You're going to want to pay attention to where your X is, where your Y is. And when we move our vertex point, everything's going to be based off that. So if it goes up and down, to go ahead and plot my vertex points. Excuse me, let me try that again. We plot our center point, which is going to be considered the vertex, which is HK. And then my A values are going to be when they go up and down. So I'm opening. So I look like this one. That is going to be H. Oops, I said H and R, okay. My H is going to stay the same. My K value is going to have a plus A. And my H is going to stay the same. My K value has a minus A. So we're going to go plus or minus whatever that A value is. I'm going to go left and right. We're going to have H plus A. K is going to stay the same. We have H minus A. K is awesome. K is going to stay the same. Okay. So, taking a peek at this first problem, my vertex, a vertex, I guess, is going to be at 2, negative 3, because we have the opposite signs. My A is located at, well, oh, snap. Okay, before we keep going, I'm going to back up. So the two problems on here are essentially the same. So what I wanted to do was have an example of one of each. So we are going to flip this number. This is going to be 64. And this is going to be 36. Just using. Okay, I guess not. Yes, I do, but it's not coming. It's stuck. Ow, that really hurts. So my vertex is going to be at 2, negative 3. That part didn't change. But my A now, where I'm going to be centered at, is going to be different. So it's going to be at my plus or minus 8 because he's with my X. And again, I'm doing that so we can see one example of each. My B is at 6, and my equation is equal to 6 over 8, which when I divide by 2 gives me 3 over 4. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so we're going to start by first plotting the 2, negative 3. So I'm going to go to the right 2, down 3. Okay. From that point, I'm going to go ahead and do my asymptotes. So from there, I'm going to go up 3 to the right 4. Send my asymptote lines. Oh, sad. I did not do very well. They're going to be there. So step number 1, apply your vertex point. Step number 2, graph your asymptote lines. Step number 3, determine where your vertices will be for your A values. So for example, since I'm going to be left and right, I want it to be left and right. That 2, 3. So I want to be left and right a value of 8 to be specific. That's what my A is about. So I'm going to start from that point and essentially count left 8 and right 8, which is what this part says. So I can do it mathematically or I can count. It doesn't matter. So that should put me at 10, and we're going to be at the same distance down. So I should be here. And I need to do 8, 2, 3, 4, 6. So I can go ahead and do my curves. And voila! We have a hyperbola. Not centered at 0, 0. Woo! Okay, same idea. We're going to go ahead and determine our vertex, which he's going to be at -1, 5. My A value, which I've already kind of spoiled, is going to be at 0, ±4, because I wanted to switch. My asymptote line is going to be, B is at 2. My asymptote is at 2/4, which is equal to 1/2. Remember, reducing makes my life easier, so I want to do it when possible. So -1, 5. I thought I was being clever. So I knew that was going to happen. So from that point, I'll go up 1/2. Essentially creating a box there is the idea of what I was working with. Because when I create a box, it allows me to find the rest of the corners of where everything's going to be. Because it should be a square. Not square, it should just create like a little rectangular box. Which are the corners, and they all should be the same distance apart from each other. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and, since I'm going up and down 4, I'm just going to add 4. I'm going to change my size. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Boop. 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 Hey, we did it! Alright, I want you to try these two on your own and then check and see what you get. So pause the video, do these two, come back and check your answers. Ta-da! There's the first one. Here's your second one. Alright, there's the second one. So I hope we agree on both those. See you later.